Okay, so I'm going to come back and this is kind of part two. I'm going to finish up the bottom part of page 290. And so we're talking about figuring out the unknown side. And so if I have a rectangle with an unknown side, and I know the perimeter is 8/10 of a meter, and if this length is 3/10, I need to know what that width is, right? Well, I know this is going to be the same as this, right? So if the total is side or width plus length, or I'm sorry, length plus width and length plus width, length plus width plus length plus width, right? That's another formula we could use to find the perimeter, equals the perimeter. Well, if I know this is 3/10, we have 3/10 plus width plus 3/10 plus width equals the perimeter. I know so far I have a total of 6/10. So I know 6/10 plus what equals that 8/10 of my perimeter. Okay, so hopefully you can notice the family of facts. 8/10 minus 6/10 is 2/10, right? So here I know that it's 2/10. Okay, I then know that I have to have part of it here and part of it here, and it has to be that equal. So you need to split that 2/10 up between two. So I know here is 1/10 and this is 1/10. And then just to double check to make sure I was correct, let me get all this out of the way, I would add them up. 3/10 and 3/10 is 6/10, 7/10 and 8/10, and my perimeter is 8/10, so that missing width is 1/10. Okay, we'll do one more here. Looking at this next one, okay, if I have a shape here, and I know the perimeter total is 4 6/10, then I need to find out what the length is, right? So I know my width is 1 1/10 here, and 1 1/10 here. So I know that my 1 1/10 and 1 1/10, I have 2 2/10 plus what equals that 4 6/10. Okay, so to find out what that is, I'm going to subtract 2 2/10 from 4 6/10 because that's the family of facts, right? So I'm just going to do it like this. 6/10 minus 2/10 is 4/10. 4 minus 2 is 2. So I know that I have 2 4/10. That's going to be my length, but that has to be split between the two of them, right? Okay. So now I will come over here and I'm going to say, I know this is half of it and this is half of it. So I can do 1/2 of a group of 2 4/10. And the reason I can do 1/2 is because 1 whole would be, you just end up with the same thing. But I know that this is half of it and this is half of it. So I can multiply by 1/2. Okay? And then by doing that, I'm splitting that 2 4/10 into 2. So I can do what's 1/2 times 2 is 1, and what's 1/2 of 4/10, and I will get 2/10. So my answer here, 1 2/10. And this side is 1 2/10. And if I take all of them and add them up, I know I have 1 whole, 2, 3, 4 wholes, and then 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, and then 5/10, 6/10 for my 4 and 6/10. It's kind of tough. You have to break it up in different sections and see what you can do on your own. And if you need help, join us in math class, okay? The rest of your assignment is page 291. We've gone over the different strategies for those, so if you need help again, join your teacher for math.